Yo, what's good? It's Terrell from Keep It 100 Podcast, joining you on another Instagram Live for the second podcast of the day. I actually have another artist that I will be talking to. She is from Jamaica, Queens, New York, actually. And we're supposed to go on at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, but we switched it because it was better for both parties that we do it right now than earlier. But excited for her to join me and talk to me about her music projects and anything else she has going on, whether it relates to music or life in general. But I'm excited to see what she has coming as far as future projects. So I shall be waiting for her to join me. And once she does, there she is.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Trying to get out the heat, but it's all good.
Yeah, I had to do the same. I just got back in the house.
What's the degrees like out there?
It's at least like 85 outside. It's very hot.
For sure. Okay. I would rather have that than what's here. So.
Oh, how hot is it over there?
Probably like 90 something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can imagine LA, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Enough of that though.
Well, first off, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Seeing your face. So, hi.
Usually we have the guests introduce themselves just because I don't like saying people's names wrong and getting information mixed up.
Right. Okay. So, hi everybody. My name is Sarai Wildheart. I'm a poet, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, and I'm glad to be a part of this show today. Thank you for inviting me. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. I've been doing music for as long as I can remember. Music runs in my family. My mother is a pianist, so is my great-grandmother. I've been studying music since high school. I've been in performing arts programs. I majored in performing arts at Nassau College. And then 2 years after I got out of college, I realized, now it's time to make a career for myself. And I decided to really pursue music seriously. And in July 2018 was my first open mic. And I performed at Funkadelic Studios at the Level Up Showcase. And since then, that showcase made me realize I could really do this. Like, the audience loved my music. After that, I started getting bookings for other showcases, and it was kind of like a little dream come true. Since then I've been performing for 2 years straight. I have a single out right now called "Do Remember Me," featuring Rob Roman, an artist that I collaborated with. We was a part of the same music network, and we clicked, we vibed, and so that's the single that's out. Currently we're working on an EP together. It was supposed to drop like post COVID, but due to certain things like not being able to access studio sessions and stuff like that, it's been delayed. But hopefully we could get that out before the summer is over.
For sure. Appreciate that. First question.
That's all. Sorry.
First question I have for you. Far as music inspirations, like, do you have like any artists that were like inspirations to you?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up in the Motown times. Michael Jackson is like my biggest influence. My mother loved Michael Jackson, so it was always Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, you know, the whole Jackson 5 I grew up to. I also grew up to Whitney Houston and Toni Braxton. Those main three made me want to do music. Michael made me want to dance. Whitney made me want to sing. And Toni made me definitely want to sing because we both had the same, I would say, voice octaves. Like like Whitney was like a soprano. I'm more of an alto. But throughout my vocal training, I've developed into a mezzo soprano. So now I have different ranges.
For sure. I am going to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on here, especially the artists. You have a top 5?
Top 5? Yes.
No, you don't have to do 1 through 5 either. This is your personal top 5.
Okay, yeah. I don't want no heat for what number my artists are. So top 5. I'm gonna say Chris Brown. I'm gonna say Jhené Aiko. J. Cole. 2 more spots left. Okay. I'm gonna say Drake. And I'm gonna say Nas.
Okay, that's for sure different. This is the first top 5 for Drake in. This is...
I know. There's been... Actually, dang, I kind of want to put somebody else in my top 5. I put Drake in my top 5 because I like the way he expresses himself emotionally and the way he's not scared to. Something he got a lot of slack for when he first came out. And, you know, they always make that joke, oh, he's light-skinned, you know, like, he's sensitive. But it's like, I put Drake in my top 5 because he's not scared to say how he feels in his music, whether, you know, people want to hear it or not. And at the end of the day, it sells because they know that's him being his authentic self.
Nah, that top 5 is solid. For sure.
Hey.
It is. Sure. But my point was, like, this is episode 112.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I've heard every other artist you named besides Drake. And I was just like, yo, when is someone gonna name Drake in their top 5? Like, this has been 3 months I haven't heard it, and I've heard 112 different top 5s.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm just
okay, so I'm the first one. Hey.
Drake, yeah, and I was just like, yo, like, that's kind of because the last interview we did earlier, he gave me his top 5 rappers and top 5 singers, so it was like a top 10, but separate, I guess, for singing and for rapping.
Yeah, because it gets different, and I often struggle with my top 5 because it's like, do I mix rappers and singers, or should I have one for separate?
She said what she said. For sure, that's her personal top 5, bro.
Hey, shout out to you too.
That's her personal top 5. That's what she rocked. But yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're the first one to mention Drake in the top 5, and I'm like, okay, for sure. Hopefully I see it in the future again. We'll see.
Right. Hopefully.
But yeah. So that's your top 5. I like it.
Yep.
And I don't disagree with any put in there. So
facts. Yeah, I feel like everybody belongs in there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let me ask you about any future projects you have coming besides the dropped.
Okay. Well, I mentioned. So I have my own EP that I'm working on, which is just Sarai and maybe like one feature, because the verse is really dope. My project's called Ride or Die. If you see me perform live, you've heard me perform Cloud 9, No Interruptions. Those 2 are my favorite, so I took those to the world to see how they feel about it.
I just went to your Instagram and saw it. So
hey, shout out to my Instagram followers and my fans. Love you guys.
Okay. So
So working on my own EP. That's gonna come out really, really soon, and I know you guys are tired of me promising that, but you know, life happens, and I'm the type of artist that you know, it takes time to put my projects together. I don't like to just put out anything. Low key perfectionist, but I'm learning how to not let that hinder my music coming out ever. So what I'll do is I'll just perform it instead to kind of like tease my fans so they know what's coming. So yeah, so I'm going to drop that before summer is over. I've definitely been getting a lot of requests / threats lately, so I'm going to drop it.
For sure.
Yeah. And on top of that, I've been writing throughout this whole pandemic. So I have a lot more songs that I'm going to release just for like Instagram content, just to let people hear like my new sound, I guess.
All right, let me make sure I'm paying attention when that happens. So, well,
yeah, I'll send you a blast.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that sounds good. What about working with like any future artists or like producers? Like, do you have anyone?
Yeah, I'm working with a lot of people right now. For producers, oh man, I currently for the singles that I'll be doing and some of the features I'm working on, I have this producer named Eon. He goes by Beats by Eon, I believe it's his Instagram. I've been working with him. His tracks are fire, and I mean fire. So I've been working with him. My engineer is Kavion. He's a Bronx-based engineer / singer / songwriter. Very talented. He's back and forth between New York and LA. Whenever I go to record, I record with him. As far as artists, I do have some featured projects that I'm working on. Number one would be 𝒮𝓊, the Broken Artist. He's a dope singer, rapper, songwriter, editor. We're cooking up in the studio right now, working on some stuff for the people. I was actually in his one of his last music videos called Brooklyn Shit. It's out on YouTube, so you guys can go check it out. Just go to YouTube, type in 𝒮𝓊, the Broken Artist. The Broken Artist is together. And Brooklyn Shit is the name of the song. Pop up. We're in Brooklyn by the Manhattan Bridge. Don't ask. Somebody got it wrong. We're supposed to be at the Brooklyn Bridge, but don't tell them I told you that. And so we shot a video there. I was in his last video. So we're cooking up some new features, and we're cooking up heat. Oh, and I forgot to mention another producer that I'm currently working with is Dare. He's a great, like, phenomenal lyricist, rapper. He really beyond. He just released a new song called Paradox. He released a couple of singles lately. So if you guys get the chance, look him up. He's actively like having sessions right now for any artist that may need to record. Just hit him up. His IG is it's with the Z at the end, Dare. And he could hook you up. Tell him I sent you. He might, give you a little discount. I don't know, but tell him I recommended you.
Sure. I found this video you're speaking of, so I saved it to my list for later.
Hey. Yeah, watch it.
I'm gonna check that.
Show you how New York get down.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out later, and yeah, I'm gonna rock with that.
Oh, wait, 2 more other people. So I'm also working with this artist, singer, and songwriter, Allison Mariah. She used to be known as Freaky Haiku, but she changed her name. We started off working on a couple of singles, probably like 3 or 4 singles, and now that might turn into an EP because our writing together is so awesome, like very therapeutic, especially like emotionally. Like we really write songs for ourselves that aren't even out yet. So like it's different when you write a song for what people want to hear and then for what you need to hear. So for other people that are like going through the same or similar situations, they'll have something that really just, you know, something that you need to tell yourself that maybe you're just not ready to, or you just don't know what it is yet. But it's definitely going to be emotionally healing music. It's definitely about growth.
Sure. Okay. I was about to ask you about songwriting too.
Oh, sure.
But I still pay. So as far as songwriting, like, is that something that came easy to you, or was it like a long process as far as like started?
I wouldn't say it was hard. The way I came into songwriting, I transitioned from poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I remember learning poetry in the 4th grade and just being fascinated by it. I love lyricism. I love rhyming. So I started off as a writer, just writing poetry and by writing books. And when I got to high school and I started the performing arts program, they taught us how to compose. So me learning how to songwrite came from me learning how to like write composition. And once I learned how to do that, I was like, oh, songwriting is easy. Now all I got to do is, you know, come up with the words. So depending on how you learn, it's some things are just like naturally, you know, gifted.
For sure. I always wondered how that worked. I know a few people that are like songwriters, and all of them seem to mention poetry for whatever reason. Like,
yeah, I feel like that's really the basis of it, because poetry teaches you how to express yourself and then teaches you how to do it in different ways and using different metaphors and similes and onomatopoeias. And so it's just like, once you're able to express yourself, the only thing that changes is the structure, and you go from stanzas to just like, you know, sentences.
Sure. Yeah, literally every artist I talk to, they're like, yo, I was in poetry 8 years old, start writing at like 10. And I'm just like,
yeah, you know, and I've never understood when people say that they don't like English, because English is what really led to my music career. Like, I love English. I love writing. I love literature. Like, it really just teaches you how to express yourself.
I think you kind of do if you're like a writer, though. Like, it kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, English and writing, yeah, it does.
Yeah, so for sure. Okay, sounds good. Do you remember when you wrote your first song?
Yes, I do. It was my junior year in high school. I believe I was in one of my music classes. I was in the choir room. I think we had like a free period or something like that. And I was in a relationship, you know, high school. This was like one of my first real relationships. We was together for probably like 8 months, and then we broke up, and I was just really sad. And I was really heartbroken, and I was just in class, and I was just like, well, you know, like, just let me write it out. And as I started writing, it was like a melody was kind of like forming as I was writing the words. So I just like wrote it out, and it wasn't even like a finished song. It was probably just like a chorus. It was a chorus and a verse, I think. And it was called Teardrops on a Pillowcase. That can tell you how sad I was.
Teardrops on a Pillowcase. Yeah, that sounds like you were
yeah, just going through it. Yeah, you know, it was like the first boy I thought I loved. And it inspired my music writing. And it seems like sadness or heartbreak is always it's like some part of the recipe for like creativity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was mine. Yeah, and I wrote that first song, and yeah, at that point I thought I could only write sad songs, because I guess that was just like, when I was happy, I wasn't like, oh my God, let me write a song. It was just like, I'm happy, you know. But when I got sad, that's when it's like writing it helped it release.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whoever dropped that?
I never dropped it. It was so depressing. I've always found myself like, so I grew up listening to Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole, and while I love their expression for sadness, I never wanted to be identified as a singer that can only sing sad songs. I just didn't feel like that was a good market. So I kind of just like tried not to be in that category. So I would write my sad songs, but then as I got older, I started challenging myself to write happy songs, or to write songs that will uplift me when I'm in those moments.
Okay, for sure. I was asking, I was like, what? I wonder if I could find this song somewhere. But
No, I haven't released any of those songs. I have like 3 notebooks of songs from high school that I've written.
okay, for sure. So you got something in the bag then, if you need to go to the bag to pull
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
For sure. I always noticed that. I recently started connecting with a bunch of artists in New York. And I think this one dude told me, he was like, yo, we always got something in the bag. I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all like that part too. Y'all always got something in the bag. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, let me ask you another question about like like you as an artist. Like, what are your top 3 qualities you feel you bring?
To music or
Yep.
just okay. My top 3 qualities. Hmm. Um, the number one thing that I bring that I love but sometimes hate is vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to writing, nothing is off limits. Like when I really write a song, like I have to it's like a ritual that I have to do to get into my inner self. It's like because you can I like to write on the deeper level instead of just, being shallow and writing about materialistic things and things that I have or the things that I want. But it's like I ask myself before I write something, what am I feeling? Like, and that I try to put that in every single song because I know there's someone else that feels this exact same way. And I feel like I can be, a vessel to help heal someone the way someone else's music has healed me in my time of need. So I definitely feel like I bring that vulnerability. Sometimes I won't want to put out some of the songs that I release because I feel like they're too vulnerable. And I don't want, like, my pride will be like, or my ego will be like, no, don't put that out. They'll know. And it's just like, they have to know if they want to know the real authentic me. And it's like, I would say number 2, I try to be authentic in my music. I'm not just performing just to, gain fans and to, get people to like me. Like, if I want you to like my music, yes, but in order for you to like my music, you'll have to understand who I am. So the third part, I would say, third part, I would say healing, because I generally want my music to heal people. And it's not easy when you're, when you're writing for either other people to heal and to feel better, because you have to think about what's going on in the world. You feel me? You have to think about what's going on with, how do I explain this? So it forces you to confront a lot of subjects that you won't want to, whether it could be, a certain type of heartbreak, or whether it could be, the stuff going on with Black Lives Matter. Like, I plan on putting that in my music because I know my people are hurting, and I knew how I felt at that moment every time we have to watch the news to see, our people being put down. That literally hurts me. That makes me cry. I can't be on social media sometimes because of that. So it's just like, I have to put that in my music because I want other people to know that, it's okay to go through all these emotions, and the only way to heal from it is to talk about it, which our, you know, our families sometimes don't like to talk about things. They like to just push them underneath the rug, and but that's not how we heal from it. That just creates a lot of dust in the house. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Right. So yeah, that's what I feel like. Those are the top 3 qualities I bring in my music, and I try to, put out there for people to identify with.
Okay, fair enough. Far as overall goes for your music, like what's your ultimate goal like you're trying to reach?
As much as I love being an artist, my overall goal is to mainly be a songwriter. I wanna write hits for people. I want to take what you're feeling, what you're going through, your style, and put it in a song for you. I'm really good at doing that because I'm also a sociology major. I like to study behaviors of people, why they do the things that they do. And once you can really understand someone, you can write for them. I don't feel like you can write for someone, unless you understand them. At that point, you would just be writing songs, that have meaning, but you would have to find the right person to identify with that song. Whereas I seek to do it the opposite way. So my main goal is to just be, just a songwriter, and then of course, be a performer, be an entertainer. I would love to go on tour. That's my goal. Songwriting and being on tour. As an entrepreneur, I have like other business goals that I want to do too. I don't just want to do music and then get complacent in it. I want to do everything. I want to take over the world, kind of. Yeah, so initially my plans are songwriter, artist, public relations specialist. I do PR, I do social media management. I want to have my own private practice as far as therapy, dealing with family therapy, marriage counseling, and family therapy and marriage counseling. That's also one of my goals. I want to get my PhD for that, to be a licensed therapist myself. That's going to take a little while though, because trying to do everything at once is pretty, time consuming, but I feel like I'll get it done in the right order. So music definitely comes first though, because this is my love, my passion. I've already been in this for probably I've been studying music for 10 years, but I've been performing for 2. So, yeah.
For sure. All right. My next question is kind of similar, but it's what kind of legacy are you trying to leave behind? Like, say if down the line, you don't no longer do music, but you put behind the scenes, as a writer or a producer or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And say if I hear your name, right, but I don't know who you are, I'm just like, oh, who's that? Mm-hmm. And what would you want? If someone says your name, what would you want them to say? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
Overall, one thing I want to be known as is, oh man, already when people say my name, it's normally for different things. Majority of the times it's music, otherwise it's business. My legacy, I want people to remember me for not only making my dream come true, but for making others' dreams come true, and then for impacting change in my community. That's something I'm really big on. When I do make it big, I'm not just in it for the money and the riches. I genuinely want to help my community, my people. I want to, give us the community that we never had. That's what I want. Sometimes with how the world is going, it seems like wishful thinking, but I feel like it can be accomplished if all the right people come together and are willing to work together, to make that happen. But just call me an artist and a dreamer and an entrepreneur.
For sure. I should get that on the shirt though.
Right? Sarai
Yeah.
Wildheart merch coming soon.
Okay, for sure. I'll be on the lookout for that. All right, sounds good. And far as next question is about personal hobbies. It's like, what do you like to do away from work, business, music, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. So outside of the music, my hobbies are art.
Oh, let me freeze. Let me see what happened with that. Okay, go ahead.
Can you see me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. Outside of music, my hobbies are art. I like to paint. Sports. I've played in high school. I was an athlete. I played tennis. I played volleyball. I've ran track. I've tried everything. I've tried soccer. I've tried baseball, softball. I didn't really like it though. Um, I I've done boxing. I've done kickboxing. I've done martial arts, jujitsu. Um, I'm a big ass kid. Not gonna hold you. I like to play fight. I like to play board games. I grew up around board games and cards and all that stuff. I like to do yoga. That's definitely one of my practices. It keeps my mind clear and my temper down. What else? I like to dance. I love to dance, actually. I've taken dance classes. I've done some modeling. When I was in Atlanta for 2 years, I did some fashion shows. I've done a little bit of everything, trying to figure out like what I love. And even after exploring everything, music is still number one.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, you just named I feel like you named like 15 to 20%.
Yeah. Like I really love everything. Like I like roller coasters, bumper carts. Like I just like to have fun. I play pool, I go bowling, like I just like to have fun.
For sure. Okay. That was a great answer, by the way.
Hey.
Yeah, good on that. But I am still looking at this Instagram of yours right now on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to rank? Are you able to rank these songs that they're the videos? I'm looking at them, but are you able to rank the songs? Like, this is Cloud9. This is No Interruptions. This is Do You Remember Me? Like,
So rank them how and like what came out first, or which one do I like the most?
you like which one? The best to, I don't want to say least. I'm trying to figure out how to put that. Just rank them in your personal order.
Okay. Dang, that's hard because these are like my top 3 favorite songs. Oh man. Okay. So the really tough question is Cloud9 over No Interruptions. Because No Interruptions is like the party song. That's the banger. And then Cloud9 is my normal chill, mellow self, just, me and a spliff in the zone. I would say Cloud9 is number 1 because that's me in my natural element. I wrote that song in my bedroom. I was rolling up as I was writing, and it was just, I had moved to a new state. I had moved to Georgia, and I was just missing my significant other. So that song is a song of what one of our nights would have been, and that was just me, like me reminiscing in that moment. So that song's number 1. I'm having a tough time between No Interruptions, which is my party song, which will always get me in the right element, and between Do Remember Me. Do Remember Me, I love that song because I wrote that song for where I was when I wrote it. And at that point, that was me making my statement in this world, like, you will remember me, everything that I do, because everything that I do, I try to do it in greatness. I try to be great at everything that I do. And this was me doing that with my music, saying, this is who I am. I'm here to stay. Nothing's going to stop me from reaching my destiny. So I'm gonna have to give "Do Remember Me" number 2 and "No Interruptions" number 3.
All right. Trying to remember who that was that said no interruptions in the comment.
That was also, I know exactly who that was. Oh man, when Outside opens up, you guys have to come and watch me perform that song, because I would say performance wise, No Interruptions and "Do Remember Me" have the biggest energy.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah, that's where I talk all my shit.
Okay, I'll have to watch these videos after we done here, though.
Right. Sure. Tune in.
Need to see what this energy's like. So I'm planning to watch that after, and that other YouTube video you gave me.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, back to the for sure. And do you have? I wonder if this is the same kind of question, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. A favorite project that you ever have worked on? Like, it doesn't have to include what I just asked, but like something in general that you had, that you worked on, that you really enjoyed, like, doing that.
Okay, so yeah, one of the most recent songs I've written, it's called "Perspective," and I performed it live for the first time on the Bad Buddha's IG live. She gave me the space to talk about self-healing and self-love, and I had wrote that song probably like the week before, because I was struggling through, like, the healing process, and seeing all the things that I've become, and then seeing all the things that I've let go, and it was just like, there's so many changes going on. How do I get through this? And then I came through the concept of loving myself through the changes. And that song so far has been my favorite, because no matter what mood I'm in, when I listen to that song, or when I even hear the lyrics in my head, it changes my whole mood. It just brings a peace to me. It brings happiness. It brings strength. And that song right now is my absolute favorite.
Oh, for sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
No interruptions. It's a vibe that needs to be felt live. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like, we're gonna see. I need to know whenever Outside opens again, because it just got closed down again, apparently.
Right. So who knows?
Yeah, if it happens, I need to know the date, and yeah, I'll see what it's about.
Right. Definitely. I will keep you updated.
Yeah, I'll watch the video, but like, being live is like,
yeah, because like when I'm live and I'm performing, like, I be looking the crowd dead in the eye, like like I'm talking to you, like, I want you to feel this vibe. This is how I felt.
For sure. All right, so he says it's a vibe. I guess it's a vibe. Then we're gonna see.
It's a vibe.
We're gonna see, and when I find out it is a vibe, I'm like, yo, dude, it was a vibe. I believe you.
Facts. And if LA opens up before New York, you gotta let me know, and I'll come out there and perform.
For sure. I highly doubt that LA will open up first, because they don't know and with these masks, apparently. But,
unfortunate.
Yeah, people don't like the mask. I don't like it either, but some do. So yeah. But
right.
We apparently have like 15 minutes left, because we came on at 3:15. But let me start asking you some more questions. What is something about you that we don't know, that the average person doesn't know, like, just by, like, I guess, seeing your Instagram or like seeing you live? Is there something that they don't?
I seem like a very introverted person, and I am. One thing people don't know about me is I'm an introverted outrovert. So it's like, as much as I love being outside and being on the scene and going out and hanging out, I like being by myself. I like silence. I like just, being in a room with my thoughts. I can't always just like be consumed with like the outside world. Sometimes, you know, I just need space for myself to really think and sort out my thoughts and, you know, be creative. I realized like when I first started making music, if I would be in a studio full of people, like I would tell them to get out. Like I would I would be like, all right, like can everyone leave the room? Like I'm gonna write this song. And they're like, you're not even in the booth yet. You want us to leave? Like, yeah. Like I'm very shy. I'm very shy. But like when I get to the stage, you won't see that side of me. You'll just see like I'm a personality. I'm fun. You know, I'm an outro. Right.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I'm looking at the preview of the video. It's like
I know, right?
it doesn't seem that way. My answer may change after
You watch it.
But yeah,
Yeah,
different from this person. But
I know people won't believe me, but yeah, I'm very close knitted and just keep to myself and my few friends.
For sure. Okay, sounds good.
But I'm still the party when I show up, though.
Sure. So safe to say you have a small circle.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, sounds good. Next question I have for you. If someone wants to find out more about you as an artist, besides your Instagram, do you have like any other pages you may have?
I have a Facebook page for my artistry under my same name, Sarai Wildheart. You guys could check out like, you know, that too. It's pretty much gonna be kind of like the same information, but like more personal posts. Like I try to reach out and like talk to my like fans and stuff. But if you really want to get to know me, be on Instagram. Like I post, sometimes I don't post every day because introverted. But when I do post, I post all day. And I post really positive things. I'm big into affirmations and you could say I'm quote unquote woke because that's what everyone's calling it nowadays. But I really just believe like I'm just conscious. I see more than, you know, the world through the lens. I see deeper than that. So I like to have deep conversations. I like to uplift people. I like to help people. I'm a great listener. I'd like to just be there for people sometimes.
For sure. Yeah, I've been hearing that woke word a lot.
Yeah, it's a fashion now. Like
all of a sudden, I'm woke. That is really interesting to me. But
right. It's like how everyone wears glasses and now they're nerds now, but nobody wanted to be a nerd back in 4th grade when people was really getting beat up for this thing. Like
yeah, so it's the glasses, it's the staying woke.
Yeah, and these are real prescriptions, by the way. Your girl is definitely blind.
For sure.
Well, not all the way.
So you wear them on stage?
No, I wear contacts when I perform.
Okay, because I saw this picture on the right, the video.
Yeah.
I don't see no glasses.
You'll never see me perform with glasses. I shake my hair too much. They'll just fly off.
For sure. Yeah. I see these sunglasses right here on this one and the other one. All right.
When you watch that video, you'll see me end up taking those off because they didn't even last the whole performance last time I do that.
All right, for sure. Do you have a YouTube channel or no?
I do not have a YouTube channel.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of go against the grain. I don't really want to be an artist that gets discovered on YouTube. I don't feel like it ever really goes out well.
And yeah, true. It depends how you're going to use it, I guess.
Yeah, you have to use it in a certain way. Like maybe now it's better from when like I was in high school and a lot of people were becoming YouTube famous. Mm-hmm. And they were probably YouTube famous for like probably like the next 2 or 3 years. But then after that, they kind of just like disappeared. No one really ever heard of them after that.
Don't you? I think you have to keep up with your content though, of what you're putting out though.
Definitely, yeah.
Like this video, I'll post it to our YouTube channel and our Twitch and Facebook, of course.
Everything.
I didn't include Instagram because Instagram is owned by Facebook, so it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's what I'll be doing. If you want a copy of like the video, you can DM me like your email address, I think I might have it already. I don't know. I might have it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that after the show.
Yeah. Yeah, the I'll get the video out to you. But is there anything you wanted to share that you didn't get to share?
Well, we talked about pretty much everything as far as me and music. One thing I'll share that another thing people don't really know about me is recently this year I've decided to become a mental health advocate, and I've done that just going through my own stuff and realizing some of the traumas that I've been through that sometimes you don't really take a step back to look at. And I just want to bring more awareness to our community, the Black community, that you have to be very mindful of your mental health. Like, while the world is like a battlefield, the real battlefield is within your mind, and that's something you have to take care of. You got to stay on top of. And it's not easy, and sometimes it doesn't feel good, but it's okay to seek help. And that doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean your screws are loose. It just means, like, hey, we all need help sometimes. And the first step in realizing that is just awareness. Like, don't get caught up in the cycle of denial, or we don't do this and we don't do that, because in order to get to where you've never been before, you have to do something you've never done before. And how do you expect to be this great person doing great things if your mind is messed up? It won't fully work. So take care of yourself, not only physically, but mentally.
For sure. Yeah, so I'll be posting and streaming after this, actually. And I'll send you some links. And yeah.
Awesomeness.
I thank you for chatting with me today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Shout out to you guys. I love you. Tune into my IG, Sarai Wildheart, for new music coming up, poetry, and all creative goodness.
For sure. For sure. I will be waiting for that. Just let me know what a date is. I'll put it in my calendar. But
Got you.
I need some new music anyway, so
I might just send you some tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Much appreciated. But I thank you for joining to chat with me today. This was pretty cool. Yeah, we'll talk for sure.
Thanks.
Right.
Bye, guys.
All right, have a good one.
You too.